There he is.
What's up, man?
See Rich, man, in the house.
Yes, sir.
Getting ready for the comcast. You just seen him in Chain Shop China?
Yes. Just getting back.
Hey, do you have that video?
Yeah,
from the other video with in front of the hotel. I've never seen that one.
Yep.
Maybe we should send that to him too.
Maybe. It's all right. It's okay video. How you doing?
How you been? Good. Trying to get into the documentary, man, alive. Everybody's here though. Me and Corin and Quan are all here.
What's that?
I said me and Corin and Quan are here. So
Oh, nice.
we good.
Awesome. Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, perfect. We good. I got the TV. I'm gonna can you take a video and make it into a DVD?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you the video of me getting pair of recording.
Okay.
Because I think it'll be clearer than if I give you the YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Or we could just upload to YouTube, but that might be. Yeah.
I want to give you the spot.
Yeah.
That's because he says in the video, he goes, instead of Ruby, solid. So that kind of tells, besides what you heard, it kind of
Yeah.
throw a few lines in there. How much is that camera, man?
These are brand new. That baby has been used like 2 times.
Wow. Man, you should have came out to China with it, man. We had the whole thing.
John, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike, nice to meet you. Watching GP footage right now.
Oh, that's
From Corey, because he didn't get a chance to see GP because he had left before it got there. Did you see the picture of me and GP on the?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Gotta use that for it. I think we could make a really nice little thing.
Yeah,
I just put the picture of Quan when he got interviewed with
Okay.
with T-Mac
Oh, nice.
and Bond. So it was cool, man. So you just following the house. They edited it, so if I mess up, it's on good. It's not live.
It was raining earlier.
You think the jacket's good or you think I should put it out?
John, you should put this on your tripod. It's easier for me to hold it. I'll get your tripod.
Just hold it. Just hold it for that worry.
It's good. It's going to be up and down, okay?
Might as well. Oh shit, hey bro.
Watch, there's always yellow jackets out here. I cooked a couple of them, all right?
So you cooked a couple of
Yeah.
Fit in China.
I gotta say, man, I don't like China. I don't like China overall.
Oh,
Mike's like, this story is crazy.
I'm
thinking, Chinese food over here is so good.
Great. That's how you know it's Americanized.
Yeah,
It's not even Chinese
Hey, this is
food.
the one you gotta get, Corey.
like
You gotta get a camera like this.
you can just throw this in your pocket.
What'd you say, John?
I say you need to get a camera like this.
Tuck when you're sick.
Good luck toting that around. Static.
a lot of cameras, man. Oh my gosh.
Just look at him, don't look at me.
It's crazy. Yo, so you gonna play at Vegas?
I'm gonna do a tryout with like a little dually.
All right, John. So, how did
that
this
Josh
trip to China with MA Leslie, Clinton, Grady, Gary Payton, how did this all come?
Well, it actually all started with a meeting in New York. A guy named Jerome Williams, Junkyard Dog. I met him through a friend, and pretty much he said he was going to be in New York on Facebook. So I hit him back on Facebook, and I didn't know if I was going to actually meet him. And I sat there in the station, waited, and he texted me, said come meet him. There was a little short guy next to him. His name happened to be Josh. And I was like, so what's your last name? He goes, Williams. I said, nah, that can't be it, because, you know, Jerome like 6'10", Josh about 6 foot. So I was like kind of surprised that that was him. But then a guy from China hits me up and he says, are you going to Houston? And I was like, I had no plans of going to Houston, but I decided to go basically to meet this guy from China. Then I get a call from another guy in China, and he said, I know the guy who brought Allen Iverson over there last year. So basically, I knew they were both going to Houston. I didn't even know Jerome or Josh were going to be there. I got on the plane. A guy that I knew from Philadelphia actually told me that Jerome was going to be there on the plane. So right before I got on the plane, I texted him. He said, go talk to Josh. I didn't know Josh like that at the time. So I texted back and forth, and we had about an hour in Houston to meet this guy named Max. And I knocked on his hotel room, went in, and I said, you want to meet some NBA guys? He barely spoke any English. Somehow got in the car with me and a random black guy, and we were on the way to Hotel Derrick. And as we were waiting for Josh and Jerome, Bill Russell comes out the elevator. Along with Bill Russell, Alonzo Mourning, and Charles Oakley walks in. I said, man, my luck must be good today. So, okay.
You mentioned you were kind of like a Rudy type, last guy on the bench, coming up playing basketball yourself.
Well, yes, I love the game, and nobody really wanted to give me a chance. And I went to Sam Ryan's, a very popular trainer in the Abington area, a mentor to me, a guy that changed my life, and basically, he taught me a lot about basketball and a lot about life, and I was able to get better, through the years. But they kind of looked at me from where I was and never really gave me that chance, and that kind of fueled me to this thing that we're doing right here, and to be able to use any opportunity to help others, get to their dream, and that's my dream now, is kind of relevated to helping others get to theirs.
How did you really get to this point, and where do you see yourself going next?
I got to this point just going around meeting people, just not caring what they think. Some people, they might be like, man, he's annoying, but if I knock on 10 doors and I get to the one right door, that's how it went through. And basically, I think we could take this. I'm hoping that this will be a big time story across the country. Maybe now, maybe later. Pretty much do whatever we can to make it.
And what was your favorite part from this last trip?
To be honest, a chance to meet Gary Payton. I looked up to him when I was younger, but to see how humble he was, despite all he accomplished, I felt that he was very a good person, man. He really is looking to help other people, and I like that. I thought that was cool.
And how did the games go?
Oh, it was fun. The crowd was packed. They were very excited. To get a chance to be in that environment. A lot of people never had the privilege to be around NBA players, nonetheless, guys that are not only players in the NBA but stars. That people can identify with. It was no words to speak of on that. You want to go into the backstory a little more?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think that's gonna sell kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is cool, but yeah, the backstory will be I think what people can identify with. He's a witness.
All right, real quick on Tracy McGrady and the contract. How hectic was that for you?
Oh my goodness. I was watching the games, Josh and myself and some of the players who were involved, and they knew that getting out there, could possibly change all our lives. And, we were just rooting against the Spurs, and it was like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. And then, Stephon Curry, they were up like 16 points, Golden State in the first game. I thought we had it, and then they lost. But the Warriors won the second game, so I'm thinking, all right, this is it, guys on my side. The Warriors are gonna win, and it just didn't happen. And they beat Memphis 4-0, and I was like, oh well, at least all they gotta do is not go to 7. And I'm in China, I'm on the flight, and he goes, they lost in overtime. But I didn't realize Kawhi Leonard missed a free throw, which would have, pretty much, had T-Mac there on time. So we were all in China, and we didn't know what was gonna happen then. So we were already there, but they ended up moving the 2 games back because of that, to make sure that T-Mac was there. Which kind of shows how big T-Mac really is, and the reason he is so big is because he played with Yao Ming, their first and foremost star out there in China. So that's kind of why everything happened the way it did.
So what were your emotions like after? So he signed the contract with you guys, literally within a week. Signed with the Spurs.
I felt that we were deceived. Like I was just like, you know, it kind of took to me. It was like human greed and basically, you know, I didn't think it was right. And you know, we were just saying if it messed up the tour, you know, that we were going to take it to a legal matter. And you know, fortunately, we didn't have to do that. And you know, it kind of, you know, it's like here you go, you got a chance to change your life, and you just could be taken away like that. And that was kind of what happened.
And now, can you talk a little bit more about your backstory and where you came from, and just your love of basketball?
What do you want me to tell you specifically?
Like the Rudy's thing.
Basically, like in high school, I worked really hard. I worked 2 jobs, Talamore Country Club in Perkins, to help raise money to go to Sam so I could learn basketball. And you know, I was in the gym all the time. Before I met Sam, I didn't know what to do, so I'd just be on my driveway for hours and hours at a time, you know. And basically, you know, at LE Fitness, I would bring my lunch, my dinner, everything. You know, I would eat, get back on the court. And I was in gyms all around the area, so people started beginning to know who I was. And, you know, at first it was kind of like they wouldn't really give me the respect to get on the court. And then as I got better, they started giving me more and more respect. And, you know, it was just, I wanted to get better. I wanted to prove everybody wrong. And I think it kind of has the same flow in this business. You know, I've had my adversities up and down in this business. And, you know, going through the adversity I had in basketball, I think this allowed me to continue to move forward in the business. And fortunately, I'm more talented in business than I was in basketball, so I didn't have to, you know, work as diligently, but still work hard.
Anything else you want to add about your?
Yeah, like, you know, in terms of the journey, like if you've seen the video, like it was never easy for me. Like everything I had to pull hard and you know, go through adversity, and most people probably in my position would have quit. And you know, I just felt like, you know, this is my dream, and you know, I was gonna do whatever I could to make it, you know, and I still am. And I got bigger dreams and ambitions. I'm hoping that this can all turn into a show and be able to go to these different countries and showcase these guys' talents and these guys' stories. I think it would be something interesting, you know. And I think for people out there, like, you know, believe that you can do something. Like, don't allow what other people tell you to dictate your future. And I think that's what you can learn from my story, like, where everybody doubted me, everybody didn't think I could do it. It doesn't matter. It only matters what you think. And you know, unfortunately, you know, my dad, he's been a big supporter of this. Like, you know, he's allowed maybe 10 guys stay in the house at one time. And, you know, that's a unique part of the story, letting guys from all over the country that he doesn't even know, you know, to stay in the house to follow the dream. And with no guarantee, you know, it could have been flop Spurs. And, you know, it's just like, you know, you're going to get a break eventually when you keep working hard. That was good.
Yeah. All right.
It was surreal, you know, T-Mac and the Hall of Fame worldwide. To see, like, the people react like that towards one person is great. And for him to go out there, well, I can see why he go out there with all the confidence that he has, because everybody has confidence in him. So it taught me a lot playing with him.
And what kind of guys were they? We talked about this briefly. But
Yeah.
You mentioned GP.
GP was a keep it real type of guy. Like, he would always say what's on his mind and not be afraid to give you encouragement in any type of situation. I noticed that too. So he's a good person to look up to.
What kind of encouragement was he offering? Yeah, sure. I got the light. And stuff on the top.
Yeah.
Okay. So Quan, what was it like playing with Hall of Famers, All Stars?
It was a great experience. I learned a lot. seeing like T Mac, you know, have so many people running after him, and I could see where that fueled his confidence, you know, for him to play like that on the court, and I could tell he didn't have any worries out there.
And how were they in dealing with you? You know, these former NBA stars.
Well, that was the tricky part for me to realize where I fit in and how do I act around them. But it was just me being myself out there, and I guess when they see that you're not afraid to be yourself, then you'll start clicking. But I guess if you're not, then it'll probably be weird around.
You kind of let your game do the talking and speak for itself.
Yeah,
Let
before I
them
did any
kind of
talking.
accept you.
Yeah.
And you mentioned GP kind of played a mentor role for you. What kind of advice was he offering up to you?
Well, when things went bad off the court, on the court, he would always say basically just follow your hunch and just play your game on the court, no matter what.
And in terms of trying to make it, did he offer you?
Yeah, I asked him a few, specific questions about on the court things, but trying to make it wise, he said just keep putting yourself in that spotlight where the guys that hold the cards are. So just keep knocking on the door, basically.
And playing in China, what kind of experience is that? Just in a foreign country, in front of different people that you normally wouldn't get to relate with?
Well, it was my third time out there, so it wasn't anything new to me. I already knew what to expect before going out there. It's okay playing in China. It's a lot of people there, so the game's going to be packed.
What has your professional experience been like? John mentioned some of the leagues you've played in, but can you just kind of detail that?
Well, I started off with tours. My first overseas experience was with John in China, and then we went to Mexico, and we played against their team, and they picked me up. But most of my pro game has been just touring around different countries.
And can you talk about how you kind of met John in the first place?
I met John at Kentucky Wesleyan, and he seen me in the gym. I think that was the first time I seen him. It was in the gym, and I was called myself working out, and I seen him working out at Jason Hall, and the way he worked them out, it was kind of special. So I was like, well, let me see what this guy knows, and we've been together ever since.
What has he done for you personally in terms of trying to push you and into a professional career?
Besides the physical aspect, like on the courts and doing different moves, he's pushed me mentally by just not letting me break down when things go bad, like if I'm having like a bad stretch, or just keeping me focused. Even if we are in the gym, he would like tell me to okay, let me say it like this. If I'm outside the gym, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna use any excuses for today, and I will go in the gym and find myself, I might say an excuse if I'm tired or anything, but he'll always remind me who I am. So that's good.
Can you talk about, you're obviously, you mentioned you want to be in front of the guys that are holding the cards, making the decisions.
Yeah.
But when you're playing with this caliber of player, how does that kind of counterbalance? Because everybody's kind of watching them, and you're almost like in the background.
Well, it takes a lot of pressure off me. Then I can showcase my talents without any pressure. But that was a real confidence builder for me.
And what's next for you?
As soon as I left China, I had a long ride to think about my next plans, and I was like, I'm going to get better at these things that were exposed, that I've seen. And now we're going to go to Europe, and I'm going to show what I couldn't do before.
And just in terms of the games themselves, can you talk about, some memorable experiences for you?
Well, besides that, the pass that Jay Will did after he showed me, and he's gonna do the pass, I was gonna try to do it first, but just the way they carried themselves on the court took a lot out of that.
And how about yourself? What was your, in terms of how you played?
Oh well, you're asking the wrong person, because I'm always hard on myself, and I played all right.
All right, nothing wrong with you. Thank you. Cool very much. Yeah. Okay. Anytime. All right. Corey, what was it like for you? How much interaction did you have with some of these legends and just playing over there with them?
Actually, it was a great experience for me. I had actually an opportunity to talk with Jason Williams, who they used to call White Chocolate, who I believe has the best handles in NBA history. So I had an opportunity to talk with him on the bench about ball handling. What he was telling me is that he was like, kids don't understand these days. He said, they want my handles, but I was in the gym for 6 and 7 hours every single day working on my ball handling and passing skills without even shooting a shot. And he was telling me that his main focus was ball handling because he was a point guard, and it's important. And nowadays it's important for all players to be able to handle the basketball. So just being able to pick his brain and finding out different things about ball handling with Jason Williams, that was big for me.
Did you show him your skills?
Yeah, he actually seen me do the halftime show at the game in China, and he was telling me, he was like, people don't understand how hard it is to be able to do that kind of stuff. So he understood that I spent many hours in the gym also.
So what has your experience been like going overseas and going on these different tours? And how is this one different?
So this is my first time going overseas, first time going to China, which was a great experience for me. Again, being around the NBA legends is big for me and a motivator for me. Just seeing how those guys go out and play basketball. I mean, it just gave me even confidence, even just watching them play, because they all play with so much confidence. And confidence is the number one thing in basketball. So with me, I'm going out there doing my thing during the halftime and going to different schools, showing my ball handling skills. And actually, I got a chance to play in one of the games for a couple minutes and just showing some of my skills too.
So can you talk about how you and John first met?
So I first heard about John before I actually met him. So we both went to Arcadia University, and my first day on campus there, John was a freshman. I was a junior, and I talked to a guy by the name of Justin McEwen. He was telling me, he said, we have this kid here named John who works out 8 hours every single day in the gym. I was like, what? 8 hours? So I got to meet this guy and see what he's doing in the gym for 8 hours, because I never heard of that before. So I had an opportunity to meet him, and then we started working out right away. And we'd be up early in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, just working out, just getting better all my years in college.
And can you talk about what he's meant for you in terms of trying to, get your name out there and showcase your abilities?
So John has basically just tried to promote me to everybody, okay? So I had an opportunity to be on ESPN and Letterman and all these different shows. And again, the opportunity to go to China is all because John was promoting my skills. So I've had a lot of opportunities that he's made available to me just by promoting what I do.
And how thankful are you for what he's done?
I'm very thankful. He's helped transform my career. When I first met him in school, he didn't get much respect. Okay, hardly nobody respected him. But with the things that he's doing now, pulling off this NBA Legends tour, doing other things that he's doing, he's getting respect. He's got guys formerly from college now, hey, want to call him, hey, John, what's going on? Guys who didn't respect him before, they respect him now.
And can you talk about just his attitude in terms of, never giving up? You talked about the underdog mentality he's had.
Oh, man, this guy is the most persistent person I've ever seen. I mean, he'll call you one time, you don't answer, he's going to call you again. If you don't answer, he's going to call you again. You don't answer, he's going to call you again. This guy is so persistent, and just by me seeing how persistent he is, it's actually helped me, being like, hey, if I'm persistent with this, eventually things are going to work out.
And lastly, what's next for you?
I plan on working with NBA players. I'm already talking with a few guys, trying to work with them on their ball handling. So just looking to become an NBA ball handling coach, and also looking to go overseas and also running some basketball camps and clinics overseas also.